Hi students, welcome back to today's class. Now we are going to see the new chapter, that is tuples, chapter 4. So with this your Python programming is going to end. Okay, so what is meant by tuple? Tuple is also a data type only, like a list, strings and dictionaries we have seen now in the previous videos. So like that, a tuple also is a kind of a data type. It is a sequence of values which can be of any type. So it will be having a values of any different type, and they are indexed by integer. So how it is the values are going to be accessed means using the index value. Okay, so and they are going to be, that is the values what we have in the tuple no are indexed by are referred by the integer value. Okay, so like a list, it is also referred by integer value, either positive or negative integer. So tuples are just like a list, but we can't change the values of tuples in place, so that we can say that tuples are immutable, so we cannot change the value in the place. Okay, so that's why tuples are called as immutable, but list is a mutable type, dictionary is also mutable type, because we can able to change the value in the place. Okay, dictionary also one example we have seen using update method. If the key value is same and the values are different, and we get the already existing dictionary, if it is updated with a new dictionary, then that new value is going to be copied in the place of key value, which are same in both dictionaries. Okay, so like that, it is immutable data type. Dictionaries and lists are mutable data type, but tuple is not a mutable data type, it is an immutable. The index value of tuple, it is starting from 0, like a list and strings, it is index value always starts from 0 only. Tuple consists of number of values separated by commas, like other data type what we have discussed till now. No, every value is separated by comma. Same manner here tuple also is going to be separated by comma. So 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40 if you are assigning to t, and if you are printing t, so whenever any value is given by comma, then it is going to be displayed within a parenthesis only, like a tuple only it is going to be displayed. So even single value if you are giving with comma, okay, only t is equal to 10 alone if you are assigning, that is not going to be treated as a tuple data type, it will be treated as integer data type only. So 10 comma if you are giving only single value if you are assigning to tuple, so t is equal to 10 comma alone if you give also, that is considered to be an tuple that is going to be displayed within the parenthesis. Okay, that example also we will see here. But in the result, the same tuple is printed using parenthesis. Same value only is printed using the parenthesis here. Okay. So to create a tuple with single element, we have to use the final comma. Finally, we should use the comma after this 10. Okay. So value within parenthesis is not a tuple. So for example, t is equal to 10 alone, a value we have given. So value within the parenthesis is not a tuple, but the value followed by comma we should give. Okay, even if it is a single value, we should give comma after the single value. Then only that value is going to be called as what? Tuple value. Okay. So now if you are returning without comma, if you are assigning 10 to t, then this type of t, if you are returning, what is the type, which value is assigned to which type of value is assigned to t now? Integer value. So the type of t is integer. So int is going to be returned with the help of this 10. Okay. So but if you are assigning t is equal to 10 comma, or just within parenthesis 10 comma also you can give, or 10 comma alone we can give without parenthesis. Then if you are printing t, so the 10 comma is going to be printed within the parenthesis. So this is going to be called as what? Tuple value. So whenever we are assigning single value to the tuple, that should be ended with comma. Okay, generally that value is going to be considered as tuple. Next example we will see. So t is equal to 10 comma 20 within parenthesis it is assigned. So now if you are returning the type of t, it will be tuple only. Okay, next example, tuple with string values. Till now we have seen number values. Now we are going to see the string values. So always the strings should be enclosed within single quotes only and separated by comma. So t is equal to sun, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, like that. We have given strings within single quotes and separated by comma. So if you are printing t, the same like it is printed within parenthesis it is printed. Now single characters are also we can give it in a tuple. So that is PYTHON. But every single character should be enclosed within single quotes only. And if you are printing t, the same thing is going to be printed with the parenthesis. Okay. Now tuple creation. If we need to create a tuple with single element, okay, we need to include final comma. So this already we have seen. Okay. Another way of creating tuple is using built-in function tuple. that is tuple function, like list function and dict function we have used no in order to create the dictionary, empty dictionary. In the same manner, tuple, if you want to create an empty tuple, you can use the tuple built-in function. Okay, so t is equal to tuple opening and closing parenthesis, and if you print t, only the empty tuple is going to be printed, that is opening and closing parenthesis alone will be printed as the result. Now we are going to new topic, that is add new element to the tuple. So if you want to add new element to the tuple, we can use the plus operator. Like list, we have we have used append and extend method and all, no, but in a dictionary we have used what update method only in order to merge two dictionaries together. And we can add one more element also with the help of the assignment. Okay, so in the same manner here, if you want to add a new element to the tuple, you can use plus operator. Okay, so for example, t is equal to 10 comma 20 comma 30 40, so four elements are there. If you are assigning t plus within parenthesis 60 comma, it will not do modification in the tuple. Okay, this will not create a modification of t. Okay, so it will be printing only, if you are printing t, it will print only 10 20 30 40 alone. Even if you have added a plus t plus 60, it won't be added. Okay, so how you need to give, you need to give like this. Okay, you should not give t plus 60 comma like that, you should not give, you should give t is equal to t plus 60 comma within parenthesis we need to go, we need to give. So this will do the modification of t. Now if you are printing t, this 60 is going to be added. So using plus operator, and if you are giving like this, the value will get added to the tuple. Okay, we are not doing modification, just we are adding a extra value, new value to the tuple. Now we are going to see one program. Write a program to input n numbers, okay, and store it in a tuple. So some numbers you need to get from the user and you should store it in the tuple. So that is during running time we are assigning the, we are getting the value from the user. So now using tuple method or tuple built-in function, we are creating the tuple t, and we need to get the how many number of values we need to get from the user. So n is equal to input of enter any number, print enter all the numbers one after the other. So enter all the numbers one after the other, this statement also will get printed on the screen. So if you want to get numbers from the user, so for example, more than one number if you go means compulsorily you need to use for loop in order to get the number from the user. So for I in range of n, so up to if you given as n as 3 means, so up to 3 values it will get. Okay, so this I value will be, will go on up to when it reaches 3, when it reaches 4 it will come out. Okay, so it will come out of this statement and it will print the output. Okay, now so inside the for loop, I is a loop variable, a is equal to input enter any number. So this number is going to be a value for the tuple. Okay, so already tuple is assigned with the, created with the empty tuple. Okay, so with the help of built-in function, empty tuple only is available. So with that tuple we are going to add the element. So whatever element we are getting in a, that is going to be added here. Like t is equal to t plus 60 we have seen here, no, in the previous example. In the same manner, same format we are assigning for the created tuple t, we are going to add a new element. So whatever element we are getting, that is going to be added to the t continuously up to n. Okay, until n, when I reaches to n, until that it will get the value from the user and it will be adding to the tuple. So now if you are printing t, the t will be printed as tuple only. Okay, within parentheses all the answers will be printed, like 10 20 30 we have entered, all the values are printed 10 comma 20 comma 30. So if you are going to do small change in the same program, no, another version of the above program, we are going to see everything is same up to here. Okay, up to here everything is same, only changes is we are going to print the elements one after other using for loop. Okay, so here we have used just print t alone, output is print t. This from first line to this t is equal to t plus e, up to that it is same only. But where the change occurred means print output is after for loop inside we have used, for getting values for loop we have used no. So in the same manner, one by one the values are going to be printed, t of 5, that is t of 0, t of 1, t of 2. Okay, like that it will go on one after other, the values are going to be printed. It is not printed as the list. Okay, in a list format it won't be printed. So we can also add a new element to the tuple by using a list. So next method of adding element to the tuple is using list. Okay, first we need to create a tuple with empty. Okay, so we'll read this paragraph, afterwards we'll go to the example. Okay, So we can also we can add a new element to the tuple by using a list. So list is also going to be used for assigning value to the tuple. How? That we will see as an example now. So for that we have to convert the tuple into a list first. Okay, we need to convert the tuple into list. So explicit type conversions operations and all we have seen, no? So in that manner we can convert. Okay, so for that we have to convert the tuple into list and then use append function, because in list we can use append function, no, but in tuple we cannot use append function. So but in list you can use append function to add a new elements to the list. After completing the adding of elements, that is addition, convert the list again to tuple. Now the tuple will be having the same elements which we have added in the list. Now after type conversion the list will become a tuple now. Okay, so in this manner also we can create the tuple. So following example illustrate how to add new elements to the tuple using a list. Okay, so first we are creating the empty tuple. So print t, it is an empty tuple. So now that tuple is going to be assigned, converted to list. So that is t, we are giving within parenthesis of list. That is now explicitly we are converting this tuple as list. Now L is going to be used now in order to do the adding elements. Okay, so we are here we have converted tuple to list. Okay, so now in that list we can use the append method in order to add the one element one by one. Okay, so L dot append of 20, first 10 we have given. Next same L dot append 20 we have added. Now after adding the this L is going to be converted now to tuple, and then that is assigned to T. So now if you are printing D, what will be printed? Whatever value we have added to the list, no, now the list we have converted into tuple format, so that it is printed in the tuple format. Okay, so in this manner also, that is by using a list we can create the tuple. So initializing tuple values. So how we can initialize the tuple values, how we can assign the initial values to the tuple. So in the following method also we can assign. That is, if you want to assign one value for 10 times, you can give like a 0 comma. Okay, that is one single element. That same element need to be repeated for how many times? 10 times it should be repeated. So the replication is going to be done here with the help of the star, so that if you are printing t 10 times, that 0 is printed here. Okay, this is the manner we can initialize the tuple values. Initialization means assigning an initial value. Okay, starting value. And then next is tuple assignment. If we want to interchange or swap any two tuple variable values, we have to use the temporary variable. For example, if you have tuple a and tuple b, and the a and b values, no, tuple values need to be exchanged. That is, a values need to be copied to b and b values need to be changed to a. So for that we are going to have one more temporary variable in between a and b. So that what we can do is, a value we can move it to t, and then b value we can move it to a, and then finally uh, B we have sent to A, no, and then we can move T to B. Okay, T to B. So like that we can assign the swap the two variables values. Okay, now A is having 10, that is integer value, and B is having 20, that is also integer value. Print A comma B. If you give 10 comma, say 10 and 20 is going to be printed. Now after swapping, no, see what I'm doing for swapping here is integer element only. This is integer element, this is not tuple now. Okay, so t is equal to temporary variable we have newly created. Okay, so t is equal to a, that means 10 is now assigned to t, temporary variable. Okay, now this value should be moved to a now. So b should be assigned to a, that is a is equal to b. B is assigned to a, b is assigned to right side, is assigned to left side. Okay, and then now a values where it is available. A value is available in t now, so that t should be assigned to b. So that now if you see, t will be having 10, a will be having 20, b will be having again this what value we have assigned, 10. So a will be having 20 and b will be having 10. Okay, so if you are printing a and b, 10, 20 and 10 is going to be printed. This is called a swapping of values. Okay, so but in Python tuple assignment is more elegant. So if you see the tuple values, t1 is equal to 10 10 comma 20 comma 30, t2 is equal to 100 200 300 and 400. So if you are printing t1, the same thing is printed. So t2 also same elements what we have assigned here is printed here. Okay, So now we are going to do swapping. So T1 comma T2 is equal to T2 comma T1. That means what we are doing here is T1 is the first left side variable. So right side for the T1, T2 we are assigning. So left side, no, second tuple variable is T2. For the tuple variable T2, we are going to assign T1 as the second variable. That means T1 is assigned with T2, T2 is assigned with T1. So this is the meaning for this statement. Okay. So here we have done swap of T1 and T2. So this method also we can use it for swapping the values. So if you are printing T1, T1 will be holding the values 100, 200 because T2 only is assigned to, see, this T2 only is assigned to T1. No. See, right side is going to be assigned to left side. So that T2 is going to be assigned to T1 and T1 is going to be assigned to T2. Okay. So now if you are printing T2, T1 values will be there in the T2. So 10, 20, 30. So the left side is a tuple of variables while the right side is a tuple of expressions. So each value is assigned to its respective variable. Each value is assigned to its respective variable. All the expressions on the right side are evaluated before any assignments. So right side, whatever expressions we are having, that should be evaluated before we assign to the left side variable. So now here we are going to see the number of variables on the left side and the number of variables on the right side have to be the same. So for that we will see the example. T1 3 elements are there, T2 3 elements, but T3 if you see 3 elements only. So here if you see the number of variables T1 and T2, that is going to be swapped with the help of this equal to operator, that is T2 comma T1 comma T3, but here only 2 we have at the left side but 3 we have at the right side. So this is not correct. Okay, it will be producing the value error, that is too many values to unpack. That means here we need to unpack the values from T2 to T1 and T1 to T2, but for T3 nothing is there in the left side. Okay, so here 2 tuples are in the left side and 3 tuples are in the right side. That is why we get errors here. So that is thus it is required to have the same number of tuples in both the sides to get the correct result. Okay, so this will create the error for you because same number of variables we need to use. Like this we can use it so that we can not have any error. Okay, so that is T1 is assigned with T3, T2 is assigned with T1 and T3 is assigned with T2. So now whatever T3 is having, that T3 value will be printed for T1. So print T1 if you give 1000, 2000, 3000 will be printed. T2 if you print 10, 10 20, 30 will be printed. T3 if you are printing 100, 200, 300 will be printed because we have assigned T2 to T3. So T2 whatever value we have assigned, that is going to be printed by T3. Okay. Next tuple slices we will see in the next video. Thank you.